What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Cyntia. Yes, indeed, Cyntia Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity-bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, well then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from SMB, and this is actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of March for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, SMB. Hope you enjoy the show, man. SMB wanted to see me react to this song by Cyntia called Lady Maid. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Sitwittle. Well, yeah, Sitwtl. All one word, no spaces. Yeah, Sitwittle. We'll go with that. And the video has 133,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Cyntia live at Blaze Part 1. Yeah, we did the first song already. I was asked by SMB to use this video. He wanted me to start at 450, right where we're at. So, and I'm supposed to let it run to the end. So, cool. We'll make that happen. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Crowd interaction. Interaction, good. Okay, let's pause. The groove feels nice. Energy, drive feel even better. It definitely has that 80s type of vibe going for it with the as far as the riff. F sharp, love F sharp. I got no issue with F sharp. I fluctuate. Key of D minor, my absolute favorite key of all time. I love songs in D. B, a very close second. Now, here's where things get interesting. I flip-flop, like day to day, on my third favorite key. Sometimes it's E, sometimes it's F sharp. I flip on these two. The F sharp definitely helps add to, I know this is gonna sound weird, but with the type of riff that they're doing, the key that we're in, the tempo, the groove, the feel, very late 80s feel. Really does. There's a lot of bands in the late 80s that have a very similar style, sound, direction like this one particular song has. Now, am I saying that the band is, a hair metal band? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm just saying this one particular song is kind of giving me vibes of that era. But it sounds good. It's being done well. And the energy and the drive are definitely there. I can feel the hook. I can definitely feel the hook. The live show, stage work, I like what I'm seeing. I've already seen, if I'm not mistaken, pretty much every box has been checked. I think so, actually. Let's see if we're missing anything right now. Stage presence is there. That's a check. Stage energy, that's a check. A lot of moving around. Stage interaction, I've seen a few interactions now, which is really nice. I like that. That's a check. Crowd interaction before the song even started. They got that going, and it's been going ever since. So I like that. Showmanship, yeah, check. Okay, so they got the main five. Production, I mean, they're in a small venue. Yeah, I don't know if their light show was actually designed. It doesn't look like it. It looks like the lights are just kind of going randomly, which is fine. When you're playing in a smaller venue like that, and you're going to kind of be subjective to what they're allowed to do and what they're able to do. So I get it. I absolutely get it. Now, look, I like everything I'm seeing. I like everything I'm hearing. Just real quick, I love the fact that the lead singer, when she's doing the clapping, trying to get the crowd to clap along with her, she's not clapping the mic. I hate it when people do that. She's clapping on the inside of her arm. The right hand's holding the mic, and her other hand's clapping the inside of her arm. It's just as effective, folks. It works just as well, and you're not sitting here banging on the mic and having that go through the PA, because, oh, man. Depending on the mix, depending on the venue you're playing in, I mean, if you're playing like outdoors, that you can do whatever you want. You can bang on that mic all you want. It's not going to bother anybody. But you're playing in a smaller venue like this, you're banging on that mic. Oh, man. Woo, it can get piercing sometimes. Let's keep going here. Okay, I like that. Switching sides. Look at the keyboard player back there rocking out. Good harmonies. on the clapping. Lightly, I like it. Smart. Good recovery. Okay. I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm blown away. Okay. I'm not, because I've seen other bands do, really amazing live shows, really amazing songs. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm blown away by this. But having said that, I got no complaints. I have no complaints at all. Even the little flub that I caught on the drumming, I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying this because this is just the reality of being a musician. I caught it and I just had to kind of chuckle. Because and the reason I'm chuckling is because she cleaned it up really quick, really fast. It was literally one beat. But I did catch it. And I just had to kind of chuckle. It happens to everybody, man. It does. Happens to everybody. The thing is, she was able to catch it, she was able to fix it, and roll right along as if nothing happened. So kudos to her. Anyway, let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Cyntia with Lady Maid. This was a request from SMB, and this was actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of March for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, SMB. Hope you enjoyed the show. This was an interesting one. And I have my reasons for saying that. Trust me, I do. And we're going to talk about it. Let's start with the score, and we'll go from there. I think that'll make I think if I give my score, and I guarantee you, people are going to be like, really? And I'm going to have my reasons, and it's all going to make sense. I promise. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.3. Yep, 7.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, the 7.3. What does that mean? Well, a 7.3 would translate to a really good scale rating. So overall, I think this was a really good presentation. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B letter grade. So there you go, a 7.3, really good scale rating, 4 to 5 stars and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. This is a strange one. It is. And I promise I have my reasons. Hear me out, and it will make sense. When I heard this song, the first thing that came to my mind was, is this the same song that I heard from Cyntia already? I mean, I wasn't 100% sure. I had to really look at the time and go, no, it's at a different time spot. But the songs sound very similar. And the first thing everybody's going to say is, well, you know, they every song they write, I love when people say this, every song this band writes sounds the same. Okay, first of all, this is only the second song I've heard from them, so I'm not going to make that assumption yet. But I will say the 2 songs sounded very similar. Now, when bands find a formula that works for them, and it works really well, a lot of bands will take that formula and they will milk it dry. Now, is there anything wrong with that? No, they're really, okay, it comes down to personal taste, I suppose. I really don't see a problem with that. And the reason being is because it's their band, it's their music, it's their direction. If they're happy doing that and riding that train all the way to the bank, okay, that's fine. If they're happy doing it, good for them. It does open them up to a lot of criticism from a lot of people who will make those comments of, well, every song they write sounds the exact same. Every song they write's in the same key. You know, and there are bands that do that. There are. I don't recommend it, but there are bands that have had success that have written every song they ever wrote in the same key. Or at least all their hits are in the same key anyway. Is that this band? I don't know. This is only my second exposure. But I just couldn't help that when the song kicked in, I'm like, okay, this song's in F sharp too. Interesting. So what was the other song? The feel, it's that straight 2 and 4 feel, just like the other song. Interesting. Okay. Switches to that double time feel in the chorus, just like the last song. Interesting. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of similarities between the two songs. Now, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and make the assumption that they found a formula and they stick to it for every song they write. I'm not going to make that assumption yet. Give me 4 or 5 songs into this band, and I hear those same similarities, then okay. Now I can start to say, okay, these guys are starting to sound like a broken record, but we're not there yet. I like the direction of the song. I like the sound of the song. I like the feel and the vibe of the song, the energy and the drive of the song. I like all of it. If I'm being honest, I think the other song that I did from Cyntia so far, I think I like. Okay, let me rephrase that. I think the other song is more impressive. I think the other song was better written. I think the other song had a little more meat on the bone. It had a little more to offer. As far as a songwriting standpoint goes, an arrangement standpoint goes. Now, here's the funny thing. And I know I scored the other song higher than a 7.3. I don't remember exactly how much, but I remember that it was a little bit higher than this. I think it was still in the 7s. Like 7.8, I think. Maybe it was 7.7 or 7.6. It was higher. I know it was in the high 7s. There's a reason why I'm putting this song a little bit lower. The songwriting I just didn't find as impressive as the other song. Maybe it's because the other song sounded very similar to this one. Maybe that's why it didn't blow me away, or maybe it's just because the song writing on its own and the arrangement on its own is kind of simplistic. Solid, done well, absolutely, but a little more on the simpler side for this one versus the other song. But here's the part that's really going to blow people's mind. I like this song better. Maybe it's because of the simplicity. Maybe because this song was a little more simply written, a little more simply arranged, and they could put a little more emphasis on the feel of the song, on the direction and the drive and the energy of the song. Maybe that's why I personally like this song better. And that's happened before, guys, many times. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. That's where I'm kind of thinking it is right now. So we're just going to kind of go with this one. I enjoyed this song more than the other song, but I think the other song was better written than this song. So, if I'm being honest, the songwriting, I would give the songwriting about a 6.5, 6.4, 6.5, somewhere in there, 6.6. So why in the world then am I giving this a 7.3? Oh, brother. Look, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know what I'm going to say here. So say it with me, kids.
Say it out one time.
A live show can help your score or it can hurt your score. In this case, it helped. It helped a lot. They covered all 5 checkboxes within the first minute of this performance. So we already covered it. Stage presence was there, absolutely. Stage energy was there, absolutely. Stage interaction several times. Crowd interaction through the entire song. Showmanship, yes, we saw it throughout. Production, no, there was no production. But like I said, production, I've always said this, production is bonus points. If you have the cryo and the pyro and everything else, and you have it, that's fine. That's bonus points. Unless you are a production-based band and you rely on your production to put on the live show while the entire band just stands there like trees and plays their songs. At that point, you're a production-based band. I'm not going to mention any names, but I've had a few of them on the channel. And if that's the case, your production better be on point, because you're not going to have any of the other 5 boxes checked. So yeah, I mean, I think their live show definitely bumped it up quite a bit. Not only did they check off all 5 boxes, but they kept coming back and rechecking those boxes, all 5 of them, sharpening the saw from start to finish. I loved seeing that. I love it when bands do that. Don't get me wrong, I like when bands check all 5 check boxes off, but you know, they'll do one time. They'll interact with each other on stage, just once. You know, it counts, it qualifies, it gets the check. But I'd much rather see interaction throughout the song. Same thing with especially crowd interaction. When you just come up before the song starts and you interact with the crowd one time, and then you don't interact with the crowd when the song starts to when it finishes, you didn't interact with the crowd once. Well, okay, you did interact with the crowd before the song started, that's true, but you didn't do it throughout the rest of the song, so you do get the check, but it's a weak check. Not the case here. They all kept coming back and rechecking all of the boxes. And that's why we went up from like a 6.4, 6.5, somewhere in there, all the way up to a 7.3. I absolutely feel justified giving it that boost for the live show. As far as the musicianship goes, take a look at what I said in the other reaction video for this. Copy and paste. It's pretty much the same. One thing that did kind of stand out to me, the backing vocals from the keyboard player, meshing with the vocalist, and at times not just harmonizing, but she'll harmonize, counter melodic line, back to harmonizing. I like that. I think that was a nice touch. It broke up the predictability of what was going to happen. When she did that counter melodic line, I went, okay, that's not harmony. That's a little different. And then went right back to harmony. So I was like, oh, okay, all right, there we go, resolved. Cool, I was happy with that. Now, overall, it's a fine job from everybody involved. I have 0 complaints about this at all. I have no complaints about this whatsoever. I'm just not going to sit there and pretend to be blown away by something when I'm not. So anyway, a 7.3, I feel good with that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.3, which is a really good scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.